All right, welcome everybody. This is the exhibitor webinar for the 2025 Houston Home and Garden Show. We're going to take you through everything you need to know before you exhibit in our show in February. And I'm Lucy Ferguson. I'm the assistant show manager for the show. With me is Hannah Gilbert Egley. She is our show coordinator. Say hi, Hannah.
Hello, everyone.
Lovely. And not on the call is show manager Dave Mon. That is the bald gentleman at the top left. And then our sales reps, Paul Graza and Sally Greer. But you will see them at the show. And first off, thank you to our current sponsors and partners, American Furniture Warehouse, Turf Plus, Wayne Dalton Garage Doors, De La Garza Law Group, Abacus Plumbing, Law Office of David Breston, Natural Springs Water Filtration, PlantCon, H&H Escobar Property Services, Houston SPCA, and the Houston Humane Society. And there are still sponsorship opportunities available. We would love someone to sponsor the parking. Stage sponsor, we do still have a few aisle sponsorships left and a free ticket Friday sponsor. If you're curious, please let us know. And then so for today's agenda, we'll do a show overview and then we'll kind of take you through what to do before the show, during, and then after. All right. And so for the show overview, a few highlights that we want to talk about is we will have the HGTV Unsellable Houses twins on Friday and Saturday on our stage. We've worked with them on a lot of other shows. They draw in a great crowd and they're absolute pleasures to work with. We'll also have a couple of feature gardens back by the stage. These will be huge 40 by 40 gardens each. And big thanks to H&H Escobar and Turf Plus Outdoor Living. They'll be putting those on. And then as always, we'll have our Adoptable Pet Showcase. We'll have the Houston SPCA and the Houston Humane Society running that. So there will be very, very cute pets that you can adopt on site. And then for prices and show hours, the prices have stayed the same. And then our show hours, we did adjust our Sunday show hours. We do understand there is a football game. Sometimes people are interested in watching on Sunday. So the show is opening early, but also closing early. But our Friday and Saturday times are the same as they've been in the past. All right. And then for marketing the show, we do spend a lot of time and energy and money into putting a good marketing campaign forward. We have a $178,000 budget for the marketing. It includes ads, billboards, TV, radio, digital, social media, the OTT ads those are the ads that air on streaming devices. So it's a pretty robust campaign, and a lot of time and effort goes into that. And then Hannah, if you would like to talk about the exhibitor kit.
You got it. Thanks, Lucy. So to access the exhibitor kit, which is a very, very informative tool for you all to utilize, you can always go to the houstonhomeandgardenshow.com/exhibitor-kit. Feel free to scan the QR code as well. That will take you directly to the exhibitor kit. And if you are on our website, if you scroll all the way down, you'll be able to see exhibitor info. You can always click that tab at the top and at the bottom of the page, and it will also take you to the very handy dandy exhibitor kit. So a few ways to access it again. The exhibitor kit it's a crucial resource for you to have a successful show. Everything and then some will be found inside that kit. So it's very informative tool for you to have at your fingertips. And please, we just always encourage you guys to check that exhibitor kit first if you have any questions. Of course, if you still can't find the answer that you're looking for, feel free to reach out to anyone on the show team and we'd be happy to help you out.
Hannah, it's like you want exhibitors to check the kit though. Is that what you're saying?
Definitely have the exhibitors check the kit. The kit has all the answers that they could possibly dream up of. No doubt about that.
Lovely.
So we do give you some complimentary tickets to send out and show some love to your client base, your friends, family, and we will send those through our portal manager. So this is how you send free tickets to friends, family, clients. The email does come from no reply at mail3.microspec.com. Sometimes that will end up into your spam folder, so please, we always encourage you to check your spam as well. That email was sent on January 4th. If your booth space was booked by January 4th, of course. And again, if you don't see it directly in your inbox, please always check spam. And as always, if you have any questions, you can reach out to the show team and we'll resend that over to you.
Also, a little typo on my end. The email was sent on January 7th. Sorry about that.
So this is kind of what the distribution portal page looks like. You see right there, you can add your company logo just to kind of differentiate yourself. You can invite a contact, and there's allotted, sent, fulfilled, and redeemed. So allotted is how many tickets we sent you. Lucy, how many tickets is that? Is it 40?
It is
Or
20, but if they do need more,
okay.
they just need to ask.
Perfect. So sent, how many you were emailed out. You have fulfilled, how many were fulfilled on the website, and of course redeemed. The ticket has been scanned at the show. And of course, there is not a typo, but if you need to reach out, please reach out to Hannah, HANNAH, as in grape, at mpeshows.com. And this is kind of a screenshot of how to send out your comp ticket. So you'll enter the quantity of tickets you'd like to send. You'll put the recipient's name, type in their email address. And if you are feeling up to it, feeling kind, feeling crazy, you can go ahead and leave a special note for them at the bottom. But this is totally optional.
But only if they're feeling crazy.
Only if you're feeling crazy or only if you're feeling just extra lovey-dovey. It's always hit and miss. There's a fine line between crazy and love.
But you can send a little something extra.
Who doesn't love a little extra love note?
All right.
And so also for those kind of any exhibitors offering samples at the show, it must be approved by both the show management and energy first and foremost. Of course, if you have, kind of some snack size candy, pre-wrapped candy, Halloween candy, that is a-okay. You don't need to go through the steps of obtaining that temporary food license. That form can be found on the ever so nifty exhibitor kits. And if you have any sort of questions, again, folks, please don't hesitate to reach out to me. My work number is 801-456-7489 and emails there, hannahg@mpeshows.com. Happy to help you guys.
All right. I will pick it up from here. For what to do before the show, if you need to order any additional services, electrical, water, any type of booth furnishings, there is a discount if you're able to order it ahead of time. So from NRG, you can order the electric, gas, water. If you need dedicated internet or telephone lines, you want to order it through the building itself. That information can be found on the exhibitor kit. And you can get a discount if you order on or before January 24th. And then Jim's is the company that handles our decorating. So if you need to order booth furnishings, carpeting, and you can include padding with that. You can even order signs and graphics, forklift services. You can also order manual labor if you need help breaking down or setting up your booth. Their discount deadline is January 20th. You can still order it after those dates on both of these things. However, the pricing will go up after those dates. And then before the show, you absolutely want to make sure you enhance your exhibitor listing. And to do this, initially after you sign your contract, the system will send you a follow-up email within 24 hours with an email to enhance your exhibitor listing. There's a link in there. Now, a lot of you may have signed your contract months ago. So if you can't find that email, feel free to email Hannah right there. But there's a link in there and you can update your exhibitor listing repeatedly until the Friday before the show. And after that, you can just ask us and we can still update your listing for you if there's anything last minute you wanted to add in. And then this is the difference between an enhanced and a basic listing. So on the right is the basic one. This is what you get if you don't do anything. Like everyone automatically gets a listing when they sign their contract in our system. And so it's going to list your company name, your booth number, and the website, and that's all. If you want to add some more, if you look on the left there, that one looks beautiful. They have their logo added, they have their socials added, they even have a promo video to add in with a company description, show specials, all that jazz. So it looks much, much nicer, and it does typically generate more traffic for you on the show's website. So we just really recommend you do that. And then addition to the exhibitor listing, we do have QR codes. Now what these are, there's going to be a decal on the carpet in front of your booth, and it's going to have a QR code that will route people to your own company's information. The nice thing about these is that if you've enhanced your listing, you've updated the information on your QR code. It's because it gets updated the same way. So you only need to update one area, and it's going to update both your listing and your QR code. And attendees will be able to scan these and save your company information. And if they opt in, we can send you those leads after the show. So just an extra way to generate some more leads. And then also know what comes with your booth space. So your booth space only comes with that. It's like with the space. There's no table, no flooring included. Um, but it will come with some pipe and drape to separate you from your neighbors. So unless you're a corner booth, you're going to have an 8-foot pipe and drape behind you, which is also the height limit, by the way. And then you're going to have a 3-foot pipe and drape on either side of you. And unless you are a larger booth, if you're 400 square feet or larger, this doesn't apply to you, but everyone does have an 8-foot height restriction. And then where to park. So during move-in, parking is free. So parking is free Wednesday and Thursday as you're getting your booth space set up. Now, if it's your day to move in, you can use either the tan lot or the orange lot. That's going to get you closest to the building. If you're going to need to access the loading dock, you're going to want to go in through the tan lot, which is on the north side of the building, and you'll get to it easiest if you go on North Stadium Drive. Now, you are more than welcome to drive into the building. However, please check the move-in map that is on the exhibitor kit, because depending on where your booth is at, your move-in day is either Wednesday or Thursday, and that is the day you can drive up to your booth. Now, if your move-in day is Wednesday and you can't move until Thursday, that's okay. However, you will not be able to drive up to your booth, but it'll just be hand cart and carry it only. And then Hannah, if you'd like to go over the movement map, that'd be swell.
Yeah, picking up kind of where Lucy left off with the moving map. This is again very crucial for you to kind of familiarize yourself with. And that also can be found on the exhibitor kit. But again, if you have any sort of additional questions, or if you're scheduled for Wednesday and you need to come Thursday, that is a-okay, but please be aware that it will be hand carry and cart carry only. Here's a little map for you guys. Again, just to familiarize yourself with the layout of the show. You'll see in the bottom right-hand corner our box office. And on the other side of that entrance in Hall A, you'll see our show office. So that's where you'll see our lovely faces. Please come in there and check in so you could obtain your exhibitor badges for yourself and your crew. Our show office hours are Wednesday through Thursday, 8 a.m. to 7 p.m. Friday, we'll be there 8 to 7, Saturday, 9 to 7 p.m., and Sunday, 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. Also, kind of, if you look up back on the map, up by the loading dock doors, that is where you'll find gems. And so again, if you need any sort of flooring, any sort of kind of booth furnishings, you will want to head up to that over by the garden features and speak with a representative at GEMS, as well as Freeman Electrical, to get all of your electrical needs taken care of. So what to do during move-in? Pick up your exhibitor badges. Stop by the show office and pick up those badges for you and your crew while you check in. You can pick them all at once, or you can leave them at the show desk for your team to pick up later. We always suggest that. Just sometimes they tend to grow some legs and just walk away magically. So if you want to leave them with us, we'll be happy to look after them for you guys. Your exhibitor badges will be how you gain access throughout the show, Friday through Sunday. And your allotted badges depends on your booth size. So anywhere from 100 to 300 square feet will give you 5 exhibitor badges. 400 square feet and up, you'll get 10. And your comp tickets are not to be used in place of the exhibitor badge. Please bear that in mind, folks.
Yes, it skews the attendance numbers.
So, ordering exhibitor services on site. If you did not order from the building or GEMS ahead of time, you certainly may do so on site for an increased rate. They will have desks set up behind the booths along the east wall, the orange section marked on the previous map. And you will not be able to order these services from the show office desk. So please make your way to the designated GEMS booth space, and those folks would be happy to get you guys taken care of. And on-site storage will be available. Excuse me. Exhibitors are welcome to use the empty space behind the show floor as storage. Items should be left along the perimeter walls, but cannot block any doors, including the air wall doors. And to prevent the building personnel from throwing your items away, label everything with your company name and also put do not throw away. It's crazy that even though definitely, label your stuff so nothing gets, the staff doesn't or the building staff doesn't touch it. But again, storage is absolutely available for you folks to utilize. And all items left on site are done so at the exhibitor's own risk. So please keep that in mind.
Thank you, Hannah. All right, I'll talk about some electrical do's and don'ts. So, as shocking as this is, guys, we don't like fires on site at the show.
What?
Yeah, I know. I'll give you guys a second to wrap your head around that. But our thankfully we have a wonderful fire marshal who is very knowledgeable on show site, and they will be looking for certain things. So for your electrical, Freeman will get you set up, and your electrical will drop in your booth. For anything you're plugging in, please use surge protectors. Please only use plugs with grounds, and the grounds is that third prong. And know what you're powering to what you're plugging in. So if you ordered a 20 amp electrical, but you're someone who has a hot tub and you know you need at least 30 amps, please do not plug that in and go adjust your electrical order. You will cause an issue. And no daisy chaining, which is just connecting multiple extension cords to make one long extension cord. That is a major fire hazard, and the fire marshal will not like that, and neither would we. Right. So some more do's and don'ts for your show or for the show. Flooring is required. I'm going to repeat that. You have to have some sort of flooring in your booth space to cover up the concrete. You can order that from gyms. You can certainly bring in your own. That's the most cost-friendly option. But you do have to cover up the concrete in your booth space because we'll be carpeting the aisles as well. It makes the show look infinitely better. We do need you to stay within your contracted space. So that includes not only your display, but also any staff in your booth. Please don't work the aisles in the show. That just causes attendees to avoid that aisle. For any tables, we do require skirting for all tables. And then in that display, you can see it has to reach the bottom to the floor. So, and then that way also you can hide things like empty boxes underneath the table and no one has to see that clutter. And then please use professionally made signage, no handwritten signs, just something crisp and clear. And also staff your booth during show hours. And
If-
not, I'm sorry.
Oh, nothing. I was just gonna say, if I'm a vendor and I accidentally forgot my flooring at the warehouse, what can I do?
Order it from gyms. They will be on site the entirety of the show, and they do bring extras for on-site orders while supplies last. Lovely question. And then staff your booth during show hours. Now, we completely understand that a lot of times you might only have one person at the booth. Obviously, they are going to need to maybe use the restroom or eat at some point, but overall, the best thing you can do for yourself to have a good show is to be in your booth as much as possible. All right. And then being a successful exhibitor. So booth location does matter. There's certain booths that are just guaranteed to get some more foot traffic. And so going to book when you book your booth, we encourage you to renew on site. We encourage you to book as soon as possible because those good locations do go quickly. And also be approachable in your booth space. Set it up to invite people in from the aisle. You don't want to completely fill your booth space so people can't come into it. And you also just don't want to sit down and be on your phone the entire time because that is a that is a attendee deterrent. If you don't look like you want to talk, then attendees aren't going to want to speak with you. Um, and display and focus on what you want to sell. We understand a lot of you guys have a lot of services you offer. We really recommend you focus on either the what you're currently trying to sell or your most profitable services, something to essentially just really focus and zone in on those products and services. And people want someone to talk to. They're coming to the ideas, or excuse me, they're coming to the show with ideas on what they want to do to their house, and they want opinions and consulting, not necessarily a salesperson. And that is also, by the way, a big complaint from our attendee surveys. Um, a lot of people don't like the hard sell. So be knowledgeable, be a consultant. Don't just be a salesperson. We understand you're there to make money, but consultants tend to do better at the shows. And then as you're talking to the attendees, ask questions and listen to what they're wanting and what they're saying. Going off your your kind of your pitch sheet isn't going to work for you the best. And have a goal and measure your success. It's great if you think you've had a good show. We really recommend you track what you determine as a successful show. If it's leads, if it's appointment, if it's sales on site, something, even if it was a low number, we want you to know how you did so you can measure your own success for the show. And then also, this sounds silly, but follow up. It never fails that an attendee will reach out to the show and say they've been trying to get a hold of such and such. They talked to them at the show, but they haven't been able to get a hold of them. Please follow up with your leads. It's just doing you a favor. All right. And then your booth display absolutely matters. So, like we were saying on the last slide, you want to leave space open for people to come into the booth. If an attendee is in your booth, your odds of getting a lead or an appointment out of that are doubled. If people come into your booth, you have a greater chance of success. So this is a lovely example. It's professionally done. It's obvious what they do. They have their window display. They have clear signage. They have a great monitor display as well. There's flooring, their company names everywhere, but there's still space for attendees to go into that space. All right. And then parking during the show. So you'll still have the same lots available to you, the tan lot and the orange lot. However, it is now starting Friday, there will be a cost with that. So you can buy a weekend pass for the tan lot from the building for $78. They'll be there during move-in. Or you can also buy a daily pass for 26, and that is unlimited in and out. You are also more than welcome to use the orange lot. That's where the attendees park, and the exhibitors are welcome to use it as well. It's slightly cheaper. It is $22 a day, but there is no in and out. So if you leave, you'll have to pay to come back in. And then all parking has to be paid with a card. They will not take cash. And then if you want to save a little bit on parking, because we do understand parking's expensive at the energy. This is a little method to save you a few dollars. So if you park at the Fannin South Transit Center lot, it's just about a half-mile south of the building. You can park there for $3 and then just hop on the Metro Rail for one stop, and the fare is $1.25. You hop on that for one stop. It takes maybe 2 minutes to get to the Energy, and they have a stop right next to the Energy Center. If you get off, you'll be about 300 feet away from the entrance. So that costs you about $5 versus the 22 per day for parking. And the trains run every 6 to 12 minutes. And we have personally tested this out, and I have never waited more than 5 minutes for the train. All right, so for move out, vehicles will not be allowed to drive into the building until all the carpets are up. That does typically take a couple hours, so it should be ready by 6 p.m. on Sunday if you're wanting to move out Sunday night. You can, of course, hand cart and carry things out of the building starting at 4 p.m. And then all exhibits and vehicles do need to be 100% removed from the building no later than it's actually 3 p.m. on Monday, February 5th. So we did extend our move out hours because of the football game happening on Sunday. We understand some people might have plans, and so we did give you guys more time to move out on Monday. It'll be a 3 p.m. cutoff on Monday. And this is the number one rule about breaking down your booth. You may not start it until the show closes and it's at 4 p.m. because we did adjust the hours. You cannot start breaking down your booth until 4 p.m. on Sunday. So we ask you, please, please do not break down your booth early. It causes a chain reaction, and we always still have attendees in the building who have paid to be there, who want to talk to you. So please do not break down your booth early. All right, and our last little tidbit after the show, um, it never fails almost for every show we run, and we run over 100 across the country. That's these third-party people reach out and saying they have our attendee lists that they will sell you. Marketplace Events does not share, rent, or sell any of our email lists. So please do not give anybody your money if you're being told you can purchase an email list. That is a scam, and you will absolutely be not getting the attendee list. All right, and then if you've made it all the way through, thank you so much. If you have any
Thank you guys.
questions, yeah, if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to reach out. This is our show team with our lovely mugshots and then some very, very true facts about each of us. So if you've made it this far, please let us know at the show office. We will absolutely have a little treat for you. So please let us know. And Hannah, you got anything else you want to add?
Just want to say thank you guys if you made it all the way down here. It takes a lot of effort, not only from, from us, but also from you to make these shows successful. And we're very grateful for your business. And we look forward to producing a fabulous show for each and every one of you. And again, if you did make it all the way down to this last slide, stop by the show office and talk to us. But be wary with Sally, because again, if you mess with Sally, you mess with Pain. Everyone else, talk to us and we'll have a little prize waiting for you guys.
Yeah, Sally means business.
She does.
All right. Well, thank you all. We'll see you at the show.
Thank you guys.